Well, we all know someone in the decision-making process who looks for a sign in order to move forward on any decision that they make. And I find that very interesting because in the world of real estate, I have had a lot of buyers who look for some type of sign at the property before they move forward. And it's amazing how many times those buyers actually find what they're looking for as a sign to purchase a property. I've got one couple who I love. We buy lots of houses. We rehab together, and they look for a butterfly or a frog. Sometimes we get both when they look at a property, and once we find that, it's a thumbs up, and it's always fun. And it's amazing how many times we find that. Some people look at the street name. If that street name is linked to something from their past or something sentimental to them, then that property is even more appealing to them, and they take that as a sign to go ahead and buy that house. Sometimes it's the name of a town. Sometimes I had one client, the color scheme of the house was her color scheme, so this was the house for her, which was pretty fun. So it's always interesting to see what draws the buyers in, and when they look for that sign, it's funny how many times they find it. Sometimes you can identify these types of things just from looking at the listing before you go in the house, but other times you really need to go in the house to find something like that. I had one instance where I had a couple, they were in multiples, and we lost out barely, and they were so disappointed because the sellers had the same first names as my buyers, and it made it more sad because it seemed like this house was destined for them. And about a week or so later, I got a phone call that the first offer had fallen through. We were next in line, and guess what? They've been living in that house for probably over a year now. So that wound up being totally fun as well. I do have a lot of buyers who look for that one sign when they're trying to find a house. It's always fun and interesting. Makes for a good time while we're out shopping and looking for one. So if you have any signs that you look for, go ahead and post them in the comments below, and we'll just see what kind of things people are looking for to help them make those decisions when they're making a purchase. And it doesn't even have to be for a house. It can be for anything. And it's always fun. Makes the process so much more interesting. If you have any questions that are real estate related, feel free to reach out to me via phone, text, email, private message. And if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. Thanks. Bye.